think we're live. Joseph, can you check? Cool. Yeah. I heard myself. Uh-oh. Oh, did I? Oh, I know why. I'm glad you checked that. Sorry, everyone. Give me a moment. I forgot how did I do that? Oh, there it is. When I...
You just mute me for the entire...
Let's see. I got you.
Entire episode.
When I have to change the audio connector, depending on whether we're recording or whether I'm recording something from my computer.
Oh, I get it.
It's
that makes sense.
I haven't done it in so long. I forgot that was a thing. So, but
I am a bit loud. You may want to turn me down just a tad.
I wonder why. Okay, maybe that's better. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay.
I'm having to ask
my
keeper if
there.
she can get our cat, because he's just standing. He's just kind of like not in arm's reach of me, but he's just over here sitting, meowing.
Oh my gosh.
Meow, 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 meow. I'm like, dude, what's up? You're just fine.
Did you post in the Discord?
No, I haven't yet. Thanks for reminding me.
You're welcome.
But as we were saying, yeah, I'm kind of tired of just seeing gambling freaking everywhere, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
you can't watch sports without seeing 100 ads. You can't listen to, sports. Let me rephrase it. I don't watch NFL and all the other lame sports. I just watch college football, and you can't watch a college football game without seeing 100 gambling ads. You can't listen to college football shows without, hey, you guessed it, seeing gambling ads.
Do you like to win money?
In the show, they ad read, right? And it's like, dude, come on. I don't care about your FanDuel lines, bro.
Yeah, it's pretty lame. I didn't really know anything. It's not my world, ultimately. Betting is not a thing in most of the stuff that I'm paying attention to. But I've been like kind of aware of it because I have friends or coworkers that are involved with some of that. And then I saw a video of a guy that I follow. He put one out about the like dangers of this kind of gambling or whatever. I mean, because it's the same thing with like Vegas, but it's in the palm of your hand now. You don't have to go somewhere to specifically do it. Like you don't have to. You can just be at home in your room. Everything's become so. What's the term? Convenient. You have everything you need like in your house. You barely. I mean, if you don't care about like sunshine or exercise, potentially you could set yourself up to just like never leave your house ever again.
Yeah. Everything's right there at your fingertips, basically.
Food, yeah. Entertainment. Like Uber delivers like Best Buy now. Like I got a email or something where they were like, yeah, Black Friday shopping on Uber Eats. I was like, what? Pretty sure it was Uber Eats. They'll deliver all sorts of stuff to you now, and you don't have to worry about it. And it's not like it was where, you could get normal delivery from like Best Buy or whatever. This is like someone will drive there, and in the next hour, you will have that thing at your door. It's made just everything so convenient, which is nice in some ways because, especially if you're like sick, it's like you're paying a premium, but at the same time, if you don't want to like get out of your house to have to go do something or eat something or whatever, there is a convenience to having somebody bring some stuff to your door.
Yeah, of course there is, but
it's everything in moderation, right? Like there's wisdom to it, and I mean even with gambling, like it's just so easy to get like, oh, just one more time. This one will be the one that
Yep.
gets me back in the green.
This is it.
Yeah. So it's weird because the same thing happens surprisingly enough with Pokemon cards. If you're not careful, people lose like an insane amount of money with what is essentially like gambling on Pokemon cards, just to like hit chases. Because some of them can be worth a lot of money, and then you spend more than the equivalent of like what the card would just cost you to go out and buy it, and people eat it. It's a lot of people. It's happening to them right now because they like bought up all of this product expecting to be able to like flip it on the secondary market. It's like all the shoe people doing that stuff. They came over to Pokemon, and now they're all going over to One Piece. So they haven't all like fully left yet, but it's just I mean they're scalpers, right? But like the idea is it's like there's this group of people that they hop into hobbies to try to make a quick buck, and as soon as it's not at a level of profit that they're comfortable with, they just move to another hobby and try to do the same thing. It's very interesting. There's a lot of very interesting videos on the internet of grown men losing their ish in like Targets and stuff like that, and like throwing stuff and like tipping over tables. It's crazy, man. It makes you want to side with people who don't ever want to leave their house again sometimes, because it's just like shocking. I mean, I've worked in like with the public like most of my life or whatever, and so you see like tantrums, but some of these I'm like I've never experienced that.
Oh yeah.
And I would some of the way that these people like talk to the employees, like I would never let someone talk to me like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'd be like, oh great, yeah. Like you can get out. Have a nice day. Don't ever come back. Like we're gonna make sure you're banned. Like it's pretty simple. It's actually really funny how I was thinking about this the other day. A lot of people, even the smallest bit of pushback, like not even like a hard no, just like slight pushback on something or whatever, will send some people, man, like they absolutely lose their minds when even the idea of something not going their way happens. Just immediate like they're getting backed into a corner, like they get really aggressive. It's kind of weird, man. I feel like it's just like a lot worse than it used to be. Like you used to be able to pretty easily tell people no, and now it's like, you're literally like the spawn of Satan for doing something like that. It's weird. I do not understand.
Yeah, I'm right there with you, man. People are weird these days.
And it's like I legitimately thought it was sort of just like internet culture, Like we get those kind of conversations with people all the time. It's like, and now everything's like rage bait. But we would like someone would be like blah blah blah, and be like, well, actually, like it's not really the case. Here's some like points, and then I go, yeah, well, you're this man, and you're like, what? It's like, but what about? And then you just realize that most people they don't care. They don't really want to learn or grow in any significant way.
No, you're right.
It's very much like Rian Johnson movies.
Oh my gosh, dude! I
looked.
I just wanted to get a feeling of how people were responding, and it was only Twitter, mind you, but it's everywhere too. It's like Rotten Tomatoes as well, and people are just loving this movie, and I'm just like,
I don't get it either.
This isn't a murder mystery. Part of watching a murder mystery is you get the function as the audience in solving the mystery, because the keys are on the keys to solving it are in every scene, right?
Yeah,
every shot basically, and that's just not how everything's done off screen. For the second time ever, I think the first one, I'd have to go back and watch the first one, but you can correct me if I'm wrong. But I think the first one it wasn't solved off screen, and new complete shots.
Oh man, it's been a minute since I've seen Knives Out. The thing about Knives Out, so it's maybe not as egregious because it's not Star Wars, but he has a very specific type of writing style with these kinds of movies.
Dumb.
Yeah, but you can tell, and it's funny. It's like because I didn't like fully realize this until I think Mahler was the one who mentioned it. But if you look at like his cast of characters and who not only the way that they look, like their like physical attributes and other things like that, you can kind of tell who you can mark out as like not being the murderer and or a like piece of trash in his movies. Yep. And he writes caricatures. Like that's something that, because at first, like when the movie first started, I was like, okay, it's a lot of exposition in it, but I try to. I was like, I was like, maybe I'll be wrong this time or whatever, and it's really slow and not in like a good way. It's not like a slow burn. It just takes forever for anything to develop in it at all.
Right. Well, I know that Rian has said that he wants to keep making these forever, and I second that. I want him to keep making these forever, so that this is the only thing he's making. Just not Knives Out movies.
Yeah, let him play in his little corner with his quote unquote mystery movies.
What a complete waste of these actors and actresses.
I know
and these movies. They're just playing generic person A, generic person B, generic person C, D, E, F, and G.
It's this guy's Republican. This guy's not misunderstood, or like the lady in it she's like a lawyer or whatever. She also just so happens to have like no backbone.
Yeah.
And then it's like I don't know, man. Like the way that because the way that he writes now, especially with these are relatively grounded movies, right? It's not fantasy. There's no sci-fi really in it. They're supposed to be just about people. And in this setting, like his stuff's like almost easier to dissect a little bit because there's less moving parts and you don't have to worry about like magic systems and other things like that, like you do with like Star Wars and even Indiana Jones and other stuff like that. But you like with this, everybody still manages to not make sense. Like decision making is really weird that you have this like really powerful lawyer who has just sort of like done whatever she's been told for however many years it was.
18 years or however long it was.
Yeah. I just like, I'm not saying that you couldn't, the problem is that he doesn't, he's not convincing, or the movie's not convincing with basically what it's trying to tell you. Not to mention that the first half of the movie has like some, once you realize like what's going on as far as like the narrative and the guy sort of like reaccounting everything, for the first, what is it, like 30 minutes of the movie or something crazy. It's really weird.
I think we can get into that as far as the overall message of the story. As I texted you briefly, I want to say, or you can correct me if I'm wrong. Maybe I didn't text you this.
Wrong.
But I thought it was stupid. Like they're trying to give this, or he's trying to give this view what Christianity should look like. And it wants the audience to conclude that, hey, we shouldn't fight and criticize and demonize the world out there, but we should sacrificially love it. Dude, I'm telling you, I'm going to make a sign that says, be like, it's time to tap the sign when people who don't even like Christianity or read the Bible have messages to say about it. Because it happens all the time. Like,
for sure.
Just things taken completely out of context. but in
Well, and that's
theory,
the
right,
problem,
I
right?
can see where you're coming from. Like in theory, it's like, yeah, you shouldn't demonize and fight the world. In theory, I can get where you're coming from. It we should sacrificially love it. Like that can make sense. But the problem that the movie does is that it takes these characters and makes them into the most severe caricatures and Hollywood tropes of these Christian conservatives.
Yeah.
And they're essentially all villains and one, in degree, shades of different levels
Yeah,
of villainy.
except for Daniel Craig's character, who
Yeah,
actually,
yeah.
though,
Oh my
okay. This is what's always so funny, and why Rian Johnson. I feel like this is the only time we talk about this anymore is whenever he puts a movie out. But he's probably the person who popularized this, or at least people noticing this more with the way people write. He will have a character like oh shoot, his name's slipping my mind. Benoit.
You talking about Josh Brolin? Okay.
No, like Benoit. No, Brolin. I mean, I love Brolin, and he's doing what he can with the material. Like, it's not really his fault.
No.
But he's so
All of them
one-dimensional,
probably are.
and like,
yeah,
just it's. Oh man, there's a lot. I'll say this. I say I need to go back and watch Knives Out. I don't really want to, if I'm being totally honest. But this was better than Glass Onion. Not that that's saying a whole lot. I mean, like, when we, I think, someone will be like, what? Or whatever. And obviously there's like people who thought Glass Onion was amazing, and I still don't understand that. It's very stupid. It's a very stupid movie.
It's very dumb. It's just because people think that because, oh, she had a twin. I'm like, all this stuff happened off screen, people. This is not what a murder mystery is.
What's up, Caravaggio? Yeah, no, well, in
Gosh, man, it's
each
like
movie is less of a mystery.
People like he's some sophisticated writer, and it's not. I think I texted you and I told you I figured out who the murderer was. Okay, spoilers. So as soon as they showed the scene, the very first scene of his mom and old what was her name?
I think it was Martha.
Martha. Yep. Okay.
Right.
I was like, okay, Martha did it. That's easy. It's
Martha.
And of course, like his writing style is like this. It's in each of the movies, Glass Onion, Knives Out, Glass Onion, and this one, it points right up to the person early on. It's like, this is the person who murdered the other person. This is the murderer. And you're like, I see what you're trying to do, Ryan.
Yeah.
You're trying, the hoodwink us. This isn't the murder. And he's like, no, this is the murder. I'm telling you. Like,
yeah. Even if you don't get it that quickly, it's a process of elimination with this movie in particular. Like, I don't quite remember with the other two if you can kind of come to a similar conclusion, but it is literally.
Yeah, in the first movie, it was, oh, well, this dude's a jerk.
So it's him. Yeah, I mean, they all were like terrible people, and I think that was like the point at the end. The murder thing hardly mattered, and that's the thing about his movies. And this one in particular, it's like the mystery and the murder. They almost like take a back seat to this like character story that he wanted to write, and you can see. And what's so interesting about this one to me is like you can see in little like vacuums throughout the movie, like a good movie in there, like these ideas of like, oh, okay, yeah, like. Oh man, like that in and of itself, like if it wasn't a part of this, interesting like concept for a better movie.
Yeah.
But it's supposed to be like a murder mystery, and it's just not really. There's, I mean, the way that they even talk about it, it's like you're supposed to make assumptions about. Not Martha, but Jeremy Renner's character. And then the one...
Oh, yeah, Dr. What's his name? Dr. Nat.
Yeah, the one like clue that you really see is when they're talking about the photo, and it's just like, what, you didn't see the little like thing was missing in the very back of the photo that we flashed in front of your face a couple times and then you never saw again? Like, just very...
that we flashed for like half a second.
Oh, aren't you surprised by this? And it's like, no, not really. And like Jeremy... And it's almost like the opposite, because... Jeremy Renner being one of the killers, He
Well, yeah, not of the priest though,
yeah.
right? Like well, I mean, he had a part in it as far as with the tranquilizer, but
Well, and he
um,
stabs him.
oh yeah, that's right. He stabs him
He
in the back,
stabs him.
doesn't he?
Yeah, so it's
Yeah.
like, well, and that's their weird like misdirect or whatever, which is it's stupid because he's not in the movie enough to seem like a suspect. Because, and it's part of the problem with this one is that there are characters in it that you could essentially just remove.
Yep.
You don't need like half the cast in the movie. The lady who plays cello or whatever.
Oh yeah,
What
what's
is
her
she
name?
doing there? I don't remember.
She
Because
lost her faith, David, and then she believed in one person to get healed, and they deceived her, and then she believed in another, and they deceived her. I think that was her story arc.
sure, we can go with that.
But no, you're right. You could a lot of these you could just kill off. Oh my gosh, dude! I see these characters and I just go back to the bashing the audience in the head with this. This is what conservative Christians look like, and you don't need to be alienating people from your church by railing against caricatures of liberals, right? Which I can understand, I can get behind, right? People are more nuanced.
Yeah,
People are
yeah.
individuals, and yet the film does the exact same thing it's trying to tell the audience not to do, just the other way around. So it's like it's fine if I do it. It's not fine if you do it.
Yeah, exactly.
It does a terrible job of displaying its
And
core message well.
it's weird because he's writing similar characters to Glass Onion, but this feels like Glass Onion's like kind of got more of a comedy vibe to it. Like it's a little more not like lighthearted, but the tone of it isn't quite as serious as I would say Wake Up Dead Man is.
Right.
And so Wake Up Dead Man feels like a pretty serious movie, and then it for the most part it like holds that tone, but then violently jerks you into other places sometimes that takes you out of the seriousness of it. And it's like, and part of that is the caricature like nature of the characters in this. They're one dimensional, and they don't, and not in a way that like makes them interesting. Like they're one dimensional in the way of like like I was saying before, like I am Republican man, I am like down on our luck black lady, I am violin lady, and I'm upset that this guy lied to me. And like they tell you
author.
Yeah, they tell you that like these people have like are coming along, and that's the whole thing is like the movie is just like explained to you the entire time. It's not really letting you for the most part sit and meet characters, and characters talk to each other, and you're learning information about each of these characters through Benoit. If he even would have done this, he doesn't, but if he had actually been interviewing them and like trying to get to the bottom of like each of these characters, like that's the whole point. Like you're supposed to go through the interrogations. I mean, it's not an incredible.
You know what would have made this better?
What?
If Ryan wanted to is Rian wanted to what's his name again?
His real name's Ryan.
Right. It is Ryan. Okay.
Yeah.
If Rian wanted to, no, I'm just kidding.
Right.
if Ryan wanted to convey like one of the aspects of like, okay, you got this priest that is actively trying to seek Christ and love the world and everything like that. One aspect is what you could do, and I get he was trying to go for some kind of redeeming arc just from him punching a bishop or another priest or whatever.
Kind of, but it didn't really even have anything to do with it.
But it's not that much of a redeeming arc anyway. Anyway, you could easily have like the situation happens, right? Like everything pretty much leads up, and you got the murder, and then like church kind of goes on however long after, like a week or two after or whatnot. And even if it had to move to a different location, someone's house or whatnot. And he's taking confessions from Martha or from Dr. Nat, and one of them confesses, "Hey, I killed Priest Brolin Wicks." That was his name.
Wicks. Yeah.
And but he's bound by the confessional, and he can't.
Oh, he's not allowed to say anything.
He's not allowed to say anything.
Yeah.
And now he's getting seen as a suspect, and Blanc is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like that would be a great aspect to approach it from.
Is there a precedent for someone who commits like, hey, I killed that guy last week? Like a doctor, right? Like it's like the there isn't there a sort of like clause, quote unquote, that it's
there
like
is now.
You can't. It's not just like full on.
Yeah.
You can't say anything. Like if the person is like potentially going to harm themselves or harm other people, like that's not within like, your duty or whatever.
There is now, right? I don't know as far as like, how far back in time, like it pretty much was immunity. Right.
But for something like a movie like this,
but you're thinking of two different, you could split it into two different things, right? You could split it into spiritually, like in the Catholic wise. You could just make up something if you wanted to. It's not like he's being accurate to anything anyway.
Yeah, fair enough.
And say that, but then legally, you're right. Like, well, legally he's not bound by this, but if he does, break this confessional, then he loses his shot at being a priest or whatnot, right? So there's different angles you could approach it from.
Yeah,
that
sure.
I think would have been better than this.
Yeah, well, and the way that the guy dies,
a convoluted plot.
Yeah, and the way that the guy dies, like, and that's what's kind of annoying about it is it's like you're not even really rewarded for paying attention, to what's going on, in that initial scene, because he dies in the box, and then Martha's involved
with the demon wolf ornament.
Yeah, there were two of them.
Did you catch on later on with how the remote RF signal was used to control items, and it could, like, it affected the signal of the VHS tape,
yeah,
but it didn't affect the signal of the phones.
Yeah, I don't.
Oh man.
Yeah, it's not quite as egregious as the VCR stuff from Knives Out. But yeah, well, because that's what I was kind of waiting for. I was like, it has a similar from like a setting standpoint, it has a similar feeling to Knives Out. They just replaced the mansion with like a church, but the grounds and having like the shed and everything felt sort of similar. Like he was trying to go back to the movie that was actually like successful for him. But yeah, man, I don't know. There aren't many characters in it, and then Martha even everybody sort of it's weird the way that Blanc works in this, because he kind of just like falls into everything. Like I never got the idea that he was kind of just like not, I don't know, borderline like omnipotently knowing like what was going on. Like he'd already like figured it out.
It's an overly contrived plot that just pretty much relied on pure luck for Blanc to uncover it, rather than it being a clever deduction.
Yeah. Yeah, and that's the thing is it's like he never comes off as clever. And what's so
the whole thing revolves around the priest, right? Like,
yeah, it's a movie about his faith and the faith of the people around him. It doesn't really the murder.
Well, I'm talking about like the greed that ended up consuming people.
With the diamond.
The diamond gets hidden because her father, the priest, or whoever, his father.
Bro, that part was.
Ingests it to conceal it.
Yeah, he swallows it.
Yeah,
it kills him.
Oh man,
it's like,
that's so stupid, dude.
Okay, and that was one of those. That is another example of the movie lying to you, like he did in Glass Onion.
Yep.
Because you see the girl talking about it, and you see a scene that's not a real thing at all, that never happened. And that doesn't count as a misdirection. You showing something that the audience is perceiving as something that like happened, and that being like evidence of a interesting mystery when you reveal to them that actually that scene wasn't what it was this. It's the same thing as the people that are missing from certain scenes in the first part of I was about to say Tropic Thunder. Glass Onion.
Good old Tropic Thunder.
And it's very similar. And what's so funny, man, is because you had mentioned earlier that you had kind of looked around on Twitter, and I can't remember why, but I finished it and I got online. And I was trying to like look at something for Glass Onion, or like maybe it was like people's thoughts on it, or like thoughts on the mystery. And I found like a thread on Reddit, and no one was talking. The mystery bullet point that someone had put on their thread was like a sentence long, and then everything else was about scenes about certain characters and like what the lighting meant based on that. And this is stuff we talk about a lot, but like in a better movie, yeah, that stuff's really cool to talk about, but the plot's bad and the characters are bad, and
Yep.
who cares if like, and it's like on the nose stuff. It's funny. Before we started recording, Mahler released another part of his Force Awakens review that he's been doing for like 4 or 5 years.
Yeah.
This is like part 5. And one of the things that, and I don't even remember this coming up in discussions back then. This was 10 years ago, by the way, Joseph, when that movie released.
That's wild. 10 years,
I know,
dude.
10 years. 10 years this month. And there's a scene in it, you know, at the end when like Han Solo is going to get killed, where Rey and Finn are like up in this thing, and there's like lighting coming down, and it's hitting like where Kylo Ren is, and you can see like Han. It's like a big like wide shot. It's like a pretty image, but it's a similar sort of conversation that's going on where everyone's talking about thematically like what it means when the light is coming in and when the light disappears, and then everyone's praising the movie as great because they did a thing that's not that hard to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
That's what this.
I get it thematically, and I you know, color and light and darkness and all of that when you're trying to like craft a movie. Of course it matters. I think there's probably more subtle ways to do it. And it doesn't mean that your movie can't be that way. But I guess almost it's like what I was saying before, where the movie has these moments where it almost can't decide what genre it wants to be, like if it wants to take itself seriously or it wants to be a comedy.
Yep.
Because those scenes with like Blanc
Or
at the beginning,
drama.
yeah, those scenes with Blanc where he's it's the first time that he meets the priest, the boxer, and he's like talking about, you know, not really believing in anything, and then, you know, it gets like dark, and then the light comes in, and then the light at the end or whatever. They're almost played like in a comedic way, like something you would see in Blazing Saddles, where someone's like, well, I don't believe in any of that, and then like a storm cloud appears over the top of them, and then they're like, but it could change, and then the sun appears, and it brightens everything up, and it's very like, it's played not for like it wants to be dramatic, but it's played in a comedic way. Like it just comes off as goofy and over the top rather than serious dramatic like character piece. It's weird. It's like he just can't decide what he wants to do, and you kind of feel that through the entire movie. And I think that's why one of the first things I sent you when I was watching this the other day was like that this movie's just like odd or something like that. Wait, hang on.
Yep.
Or was it? Oh, I said so far I'm just I said so far I'm just frustrated. And that was right before they run into the doctor, Jeremy Renner's character, at the bar, and his like bag is sitting in the exact same place, like perfectly from the picture or whatever. Like it would be
what a
that
coincidence.
way. Yeah, like it would be that exact as a picture from like another time. It's just weird.
What are the chances?
Yeah, and the what are the chances stuff in this where people show up where they need to be at the exact right moments, and everyone is just
where
like,
they need to be, and his bag is in the exact same spot, like where that picture was when that picture was taken however many years ago.
And was there anything that you liked about it? Did anything strike you at all?
I liked it when it was over.
Yeah, fair enough. A lot of wasted talent for sure. I think you're right.
Not really, man. I found myself rolling my eyes from the beginning to end. I mean, it's just the core like scheme of the death is just very convoluted when you could have easily just poisoned him somehow. The diamonds hidden in a corpse. You have to stage the resurrection, right? You got to swap out the bodies. You got to do the remote device. It's just like there's all these different things that could go wrong that, your exposure of getting caught increases significantly.
Yeah.
If you just poisoned, which, I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't the toxicology report or something come back with him being poisoned? And it just like never went anywhere?
Yeah, well, there were a couple threads. Yeah, the tranquilizer probably, I would say that if they found tranquilizer in a system, they'd consider it poison, maybe. Okay. Like at least from a movie standpoint, if someone was like, oh yeah, that's what I meant by that, is like,
if there was no like proper investigation by the sheriff's department either, it was just like, nah, we'll just let Blanc do it. Yeah,
well, I guess the idea was that they were stumped, maybe, but I don't know if the movie just didn't.
That's what they were trying to go
Well, that's
for,
the problem, is they were trying to imply it, right? When that's something you need to, this is like above our, which is silly because I'm pretty sure that lady like lived there her whole life. Like, I'm not saying she couldn't have put together this like convoluted thing or whatever.
And then the GOP influencer dude, I was just like, fellow politician, I was just like, oh, I hit all the key points, so let's just rail against Trump.
Yeah, and he just starts rattling off the names of all of these different things. And again, that's the point where it's
what I was thinking when that happened?
Why are you trying to make this funny? Like, why is this a funny movie?
Politics ruins everything.
Yeah, dude.
And it certainly ruined this movie.
He can't help himself.
Because I was just like, oh, my brother.
Yeah, it feels like a script left over from a few years ago where we were in the height of that. Like,
no one cares. I don't care.
It's just boring. You know what I mean? It's the lowest of low-hanging fruit at this point, where it's just like Brolin's character might as well just be a stand-in for like MAGA or a Trump.
At this point, might as well just done Trump himself.
Yeah, he might as well have just given him like bright orange hair, and because they were like, oh, like you could be president, and it's like all this stuff. It's like this movie's not. You're right. I think he wants to be. And then
you got the preacher, like priest Wicks, I should say, not preacher. Priest Wicks, going hard after Marxism and feminism and all these liberal issues. It's like
I did chuckle a little bit when he was doing the little like montage of him like screaming at people and the new people getting up and running out of the church. But again, that's because like the movie is trying to force itself to be a comedy, but then it wants to switch hard into these like dramatic moments, and that's really hard to do. And I don't think the script doesn't handle it well. Have you seen Jojo Rabbit?
Yes.
I don't want to spoil it because I feel like that movie's gone under the radar.
Spoilers.
Yeah, okay. Well, so despite some of Taika Waititi's more troublesome personality traits, he's done this twice in movies that he's seen. Probably two movies that I like of his: Jojo Rabbit and Hunt for the Wilder People. It's kind of a similar thing where they are both like comedies, but they have these like striking moments of drama, and it's timing a lot of the time with that. Jojo Rabbit is like clearly a farce sort of on Germany during World War II and like all the things that they were doing at the time, and it's staying like lighthearted and something that is typically seen in a much more serious light. But it works. Like it works in its like kind of satirical nature. And he nails it with this point where JoJo's mother is killed, and it's the reason that it works is like kind of complicated, but it's because they do spend a bit of time like making sure that you're aware of like who Scarlett Johansson's character is as JoJo's mother, and like not only her personality but also her physical appearance with like dresses and specifically her shoes, because all you see is like the dangling feet in the scene when JoJo finds her, and you know immediately, and it's like this very striking moment of
it is, dude.
Like a gut
It's
punch,
heartbreaking moment. Yeah.
And then the movie slowly brings you back out of that. You know what I mean? Like it takes time. It's not a boom, this like really serious moment, and then it's all wackadoo, whoop-de-doop-de-doo. And that's a problem I think that Wake Up Dead Man has in most of Rian Johnson's stuff, where it's almost like in reverse, where it's like very serious and then it's the wacky moment, and it makes me wonder maybe it doesn't work that way as well, because that's sort of what everybody calls like that Marvel humor now. But his is like weird because it's so much of his characters and just the way that they're written and the way that they've been getting the direction of how to be in these scenes, when it seems like he wants to write like a character drama. Like you have sort of these weird, wacky moments, and then the scene all of a sudden where the main character, he gets that call from the lady, and she's like, the movie tone completely changes for like 5 minutes, and it's just like it's jarring in the way that they handle it, because the movie, I think this movie has an identity crisis. Do you think that's fair?
Yes, it
like
does.
It doesn't really know fully what it wants to be. It's not quite a character drama. It's not quite a comedy. It's not quite a murder mystery. It's not quite a character study or like it doesn't. It's trying too hard to be like all of those things, and then accomplishes none of them at all. It's not even that it accomplishes some of them like poorly. It really just doesn't accomplish any of them. And you kind of get like jerked around like back into certain things as like characters reappear towards the end of the movie, and the movie like changes tone and decides to be more of a mystery again because they have to like wrap everything up. It's a weird one for sure, and far too much telling rather than showing.
And it's preachy too with its themes.
Oh, dude, yeah.
Faith versus science, forgiveness.
It's
all
not
that
interesting.
stuff.
It doesn't even. It doesn't
There's
do
no
it well.
subtlety to it.
Yeah.
It's
Lost did it
pretty
better.
much about preaching to the choir without convincing your opponent.
Yeah.
And then also there's contradictions all throughout it too. So
yeah. It's just like it's like he's never seen mysteries before, and then he was like, I'm gonna write a mystery. I don't. It's a genre I've never been a huge fan of.
Murder mysteries?
Yeah. It was always like syndicated television, the Monk and Psych and stuff like that. But it's just never been my like genre really. I find it interesting as far as the way that you need to write them. And I've read a few when I was in high school. But I don't, as far as like being super into them, it's just, I'm not. And it's a weird one because you don't get many of them anymore. This is about what we're getting regularly. And then like the Poirot movies, which are kind of hit and miss, but they're better than this by far. It's like totally different stratospheres with our current like standing of mystery movies or murder mysteries. But yeah, it's weird. It's like you kind of have to like work backwards from it. It's like this person dies. It's like, well, how did they die? So you like write all of that out, and then you like build your story sort of like around that. So you work backwards to the beginning of the death, and then write your story around that, leading to the conclusion. If that makes sense, you see what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's like you almost don't want to start from the beginning because it doesn't work as well. It's like you need to have like the understanding of like what happened to the person, and then you can write like how it all happened, and then you can like add in like the bits and pieces and the clues and things like that. So I'm sure it's like when you're writing that stuff, especially for people who write murder mysteries, I bet it's like a lot of fun to like you writing out your story and they're like, ooh, I should put like a hint here about who it might be, or
Yeah.
seems interesting. But yeah, man. So I'm assuming,
I would say like the positive thing I'll say about this movie is that I think the actors did the best they could with what they were given, and I thought that Josh O'Connor did a great job playing Father Judd.
Yeah, he's doing what he can.
Yep.
Seems like a good actor. Yeah, I like Josh Brolin a lot, and this is just another movie this year I've seen him in that I like him, but I didn't much care for the movie. Yeah, I don't know about the rest of them. I think you're right; those two are probably the standouts. I mean, is it Glenn Close that plays Martha? Yeah, she's good. Again, it's she's doing what she can with what she was told to do. But it I don't know. It's like a weird. He cares more about like the story of like Martha and like you could say like her redemption or like her, whatever he's trying to do with that. It seems like Rian Johnson cares more about that than he does about like the whole Benoit. It's like Benoit, what is it, like 30 minutes before he shows up?
Yep.
And so it's weird that the movie's not really about him in any significant way, which means that it's not really about the murder mystery in any significant way. Something that if Martha had wanted to, she probably could have gotten that jewel out of the that like casket thing whenever. I don't know. I guess they keep those closed until it's like necessary, but could have made up some excuse to get it open. Tell the pastor like to get rid of that, like, what is it, the jewel of.
Yeah, right.
It seems like if she knew it was in there.
Eve's apple.
Eve's apple.
Is that one?
It seems like if it was like that important for her to make sure that thing never got near anyone again, she could have gotten rid of it beyond just leaving it in the tomb,
Right.
I don't know. It's just like that's what was saying before. It's like the characters in this don't seem like they act naturally to the situations that are occurring around them. They make kind of irrational choices. Even with the stuff with with Mila Kunis's character, just pretty much assuming that Josh O'Connor is like that. Oh, that's it. Problem solved.
Yeah.
Unless she's supposed to be playing like a bumbling, country cop type deal or whatever. But yeah, it's just like she's run into all these conclusions. Like they don't really have evidence other than him saying some stuff, but like that doesn't mean anything. You know what I mean? It's like
he's just assumed guilty because of.
Yeah. It's like, yeah, he is. He's assumed guilty because of like a YouTube video. And like maybe that's something, who knows with Rian Johnson, man, or with the people who stand for him all the time. But like maybe it's, it was supposed to be that way because it's stupid
like
that they would do that. Yeah. It's supposed to be dumb.
Yeah. It's like Zack Snyder fans, dude. They just can't get past like the DC universe not being that good, his DCEU.
Yeah, it's fine if they like it. I don't care. It's done. You have your thing.
It's just admit the criticisms.
Yeah.
Right? Like you can enjoy something and you can enjoy something that isn't that good, but admit the objectively bad parts about the movie or TV show that you like, right?
Yeah.
Back when I used to enjoy The Hobbit, I don't really enjoy it anymore.
It's taken you a few years, but you've come around finally.
I've come, the last time I watched them, back in November, I was like, "Oof, this is hard."
It's tough, man.
Through.
It's tough to get through them,
especially when you go from the Lord of the Rings directly into those.
I know. It is not good. Well, cool, man. Is there anything else that you wanted to add?
I think so. Do you have anything else?
I saw the first episode of Fallout.
Oh, you watched it?
I did watch it. I
did not get a chance to watch it. What'd you think?
It's a lot of setup for the season. Not a whole lot going on. Obviously, at this point, it's not going to fix it. I really need to. I need to go back and watch like a breakdown of the first season again, because it played the last season thing, and there were a few things in there. I was like, oh yeah, I forgot that happened. But there's a lot of stuff in it as far as like why I didn't care for it and why I think it was like overhyped. But I don't really remember. But this season, there wasn't anything in the first episode that I was like, what? Like, why is this happening? But I think it's coming. I saw some stuff in the this season on Fallout, because they did that at the end or whatever, so they're showing you a bunch of clips from the rest of the season. There's some stuff in there that I'm like, uh-oh. I was like, I don't
You're like, that's not good.
Yeah, we'll see. I mean, it hasn't been a very good year, so I have a feeling Fallout will sort of end up in more neutral territory solely for not being like just absolute garbage,
Yeah.
It's stuck.
It's probably going to have like a 90% on Rotten Tomatoes.
I know it's going to. Yeah, I mean, the first season was like hailed as this incredible thing, and I was like, it's not really that good. And it's just like there's like this stupid thing where the capitalists think like blowing up the world's going to make them money or something. It's really dumb.
It's got a 96%,
cool.
96% from the critics and 95% from the audience.
Great. It definitely has that air of like capitalism bad,
Yeah.
And I say that because one thing that happens in the first episode is that they find a vault where Vault-Tec was trying to turn Americans into communists or something. Whatever that's supposed to mean. I don't know. I think this season's trying to ride really hard on the like jangling keys of New Vegas, because it's kind of considered to be like one of the best Fallout games. And they'll end up spending most of the season in Vegas. It's like where the whole like plot's going with it. So it seems like each season they're kind of hopping through games. So like we'll see what they end up doing next, but it's weird.
I think this show is getting love bombed.
Yeah, probably.
I'm just kidding.
I mean, hey, man, Fallout's really popular and people love that setting.
I get it. I mean, I thought the set design, if I remember correctly from season 1, I thought this
it's pretty good. It has that same problem that a lot of modern television does, where the cameras are too clean, so everything looks a little too clean, even for like a post-apocalyptic setting. But like sometimes it looks better than others. Sometimes it has more of that. I think it's like a 40s vibe they're trying to go for. Somewhere in that range.
Right.
Like the Red Scare and all that. But it's I mean, there's like probably things to say this is okay. And again, I like a lot of the actors that are in it. I just think the materials could be better, So we'll see. I mean, that's only episode 1 of like probably 8 episodes. And I did finish.
A lot more to go.
Yeah, I did finish Welcome to Derry. And if I was to give you a very quick summary / review of it, I would tell you not enough clown, because he's like the best. I think it's Bill.
Yeah.
Is it Bill Skarsgård? Whichever Skarsgård it is, slipping my mind right now. He's great. legitimately the best part of the show. Like every time Pennywise is on screen, it's like the quality of what's happening in the show goes up quite a bit. But the rest of it is sort of boring character drama, and then like they reveal, and I don't even know if it's like accurate to any of the like Stephen King's actual lore. But there's this like little reveal about how Pennywise doesn't see things linearly. It's more like godlike, so he sees time from like the outside of it almost. So he does it like past, present, and future. He's aware of them, but they don't really exist to him. And it's like, oh, okay, it's probably never going to go anywhere. It feels more like one of those things you throw in for like the internet crowd to be like, what did Pennywise mean when he said, like that.
Yeah,
that whole scenario. Here's my 5-second take on this, and then they go in Stephen King's It, and they spend most of the time just like they're like, he could be this. It's stupid, sorry.
No, you're good, dude.
I can't really recommend, unfortunately. I'm kind of curious if they get another season, see what they kind of do with it. There's things to like about it, but it's just it's kind of all over the place.
Well, I guess we'll be reviewing freaking well, what would you? So before we move on to that, what would you can't recommend it. So what do you rate it? Like, is it below average? Is it bad? Is it?
I mean, it's
where do
bad.
you rate it on the scale of you got The Rings of Power, you got The Witcher, you got Wheel of Time, and then you have Knives Out.
Knives Out.
Wake Up Dead Man.
Knives Out probably stands just like a quarter portion above the rest of that, because it's not spitting on the grave of like TV an established shows. Well,
so where
Witcher
do you
and Wheel of Time?
I got The Witcher, The Wheel of Time, and
Rings of Power.
Which they're all kind of like right there in there. And so since this was a TV show you watched, then we got Game of Thrones. We got season 8, right? I got to think of a decent television show.
At least Game of Thrones has season 1 through like 5. You know what I mean?
That's
so
true.
It's
yes,
like if we're talking about comparable.
It's
not
season 1 of Fallout
versus what?
Season 1.
That's hard.
Are they comparable?
Probably pretty comparable, but
okay. That tells me
I would
where
say,
it's at,
I would say it stands maybe like I said, like a quarter portion above, because Bill Skarsgård, or whichever Skarsgård, I keep saying Bill, I can't remember which one it is. He's so good as Pennywise, so there's something to like, but you have to sit through like so much stupid character drama. Yeah, it just doesn't really go anywhere, and like I don't know for certain, but I either missed something at the end of episode 7, or they forgot to put anything in, because they really speed run to the end of episode 8. Like all of a sudden things are just like happening, and I was like, wait, was this like established in the previous episode? There's some weird stuff like that where there's like jarring moments of, did I miss something somewhere? Like, was I not paying attention, or did they not actually remember to put in sort of the connecting moments for this between like 7 and 8? It was a little weird like that. But I don't know. I mean, like Fallout has plenty of stupid problems too, where it's like a machine gun with basically like a Gatling gun misses a guy and his dog at like close range completely, and then they put that in the trailer for, hey, this is the stuff you missed from the first season, or do you remember this? And they played that part, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot how stupid that was. So yeah, the show's got a lot of like logical like inconsistencies with the way like weapons work and technology works, and it's odd for sure. If I remember right, power levels are a little weird in it. But we'll see. We'll see how season 2 plays out with all of that. But I can't imagine it's going to be much better. Like in the first episode wasn't anything to like write home about. Like it was pretty dull because they're just trying to set up a whole bunch of stuff for the new season, new mystery, that whole deal. So we'll see. All right, Joseph. I think we can end it there.
That works for me, man.
All right. Well, thanks to everyone who stopped by the live stream tonight, whether you lurked or had anything to say in the troll room. For those of you that listen on podcast networks, I did finally get the last few episodes up on there, so we will be up to date. So thank you guys for being patient on that end. And the goal is for us to be... What was the thing that you said? I think it was last week. I chuckled and left it in the when I was editing last week's show. He said something about we must be more consistent to be consistent or something.
Oh, no, I
like
think
that.
I said I think it was dedicated and disciplined or something.
Oh, no, we must be dedicated to rededicating or something like that. Something like that. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it happens.
Yeah.
What can you do?
So, all right, y'all. Well, we will be dedicated to rededicating New Year's resolution or whatever hogwash. But thank you guys, and until next time, y'all take it easy.
See ya.